my stand for the phone. Today so I made breakfast already. That was earlier. Right now it's like about 4:30. Just straightening up a little bit. And so quick story. I was looking on I was on Facebook. No, Instagram. And they had a picture of Archangel Michael, right? So you guys know that I tell the archangels all the time or whatever, you know. And so they had a picture of him, and he was really, really like dark complected, and I was just like, Mike. It was crazy that I've never seen him like in that format, looking like that. You know, we were just laughing, and he was like, He's like, I don't identify to any color. And I was just like, I know. So, you know, that's one thing about dealing with the archangels is because they love you for you. They don't identify to any color, and they will help you regardless of whatever is going on. So I'm just cleaning out my refrigerator with all my little fruits and veggies. Got to make sure they stay fresh. Oh man, my cucumber. See how long this one. I don't know how much time I have left with that cucumber, you know. So I was just laughing because they made him really, really. He looked different. I'm used to seeing him. Oh my grapes! Now these grapes right here was good, really good to go. And so yeah, so back to work, back to life. Monday. So this is like, you know, I usually try to clean my fridge out once a week, you know. Actually, see, that's why I don't throw these away. These are limes that I have, and what I'll do is that I have like my little simmer bowl, and I'll cut them up and I'll put them in the simmer bowl, and I'll make the whole house smell good. I'll put the lime in the coconut, but no, ain't no coconut. This is just gonna be limes. Cause I was just throwing it away. Usually like when I'm doing oranges, but this one is toe up. So I'm gonna have to go ahead and get rid of all this stuff. But I was just thinking about like when we if we move out of the country, like how their refrigerator system is, and like how often we'd have to buy fruits and vegetables and everything, you know. I'm thinking about the future. So it kind of stopped raining. It's not raining as much. Well, I think it kind of stopped, but this is the first time where we've actually had a lot of grass in the backyard. So when we moved here, Boo was like, oh, you know, you handle the house, I'll handle the outside. Okay, no problem. If that boy handled that. Come on now. Hi, guys. Hi. Hey, guys. How are you? I'm just in here cleaning up, getting ready for this work week. I've been off work for a while, and now I'm back on, where's my pine sol? So it was so funny because, so I have my pine sol spray, my vinegar spray, all this stuff, right? And so I really thought the baby had it. And I forgot I was doing some spiritual work with the pine sol, you know, because that pine is really, it's really good for cleaning. And I was like, I know you had it. And And I went in the office. It was in the office. So I don't know if it's in the office right now or what. Let me see. Oh, here it is. Holla at a player. Holla at a player. So yeah, so I'm just getting this cleaned up. And then, just look and see what my veggies are. Just kind of just getting ready. What y'all got going on out there? Let's just see. Oh yeah, got to clean up. You have to. Like I tell everybody, God don't like to bless a mess if you catch my drift. So I'm just going through all my fruits and vegetables. So I already have some steak in the refrigerator that I'm thawing out, you know, and probably gonna get it marinated to make like a nice dinner for tomorrow. So You know, I've been married for so long that my schedule was that I'd cook Sunday through Thursday. Now, Friday and Saturday, y'all on your own, okay? But other than that, I've been kind of taking it easy because Big Sexy be tired, you know? Cooking all the time. You got to remember, between me and my husband, it was 6 kids. 6. Oh, yes. So I was cooking all the time, you know, and working full time. Come on now. Come on now. But now, praise God, all of them are grown except for one. Hey, hey. She thinks she grown, but pop, 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 pop. No, I'm just playing. But yeah, so it's just, we just have her to worry about in the house. So the last one, the one before that one, she just turned, I had to cook every day. Oh man, I'm sorry, honey. I'm sorry. I wish that, I told my husband, I was like, boo, we got to figure out something. Big Sexy tired. I go to work every day just like you do. You know, and you guys expect me to go to work full time and to cook and all that. Please, mama tired. I need some rest. Just like you need rest, I need rest. So I'm grateful that lately we've been kind of working out a schedule for both of us. Haha, mine are little. Oh man, pobrecita. I love the kids. Don't get me wrong. But, woo, just thinking, now you got to go to work, you got to do this, you got to do that. Ain't always fun, you know, but ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I don't know why it's not coming. But anyways, so yeah, no, I'm just cleaning up, getting ready for this week. So I had made some my famous breakfast rice. So like I said, I don't really eat a lot of pork. I don't eat any pork, to be honest with you. And then beef, I don't eat beef. And then, so we had some shrimp, and then we had some chicken, like roasted chicken breast. And then we had, what was it? Oh, and chicken sausage. So I made like a breakfast rice this morning with scrambled eggs, all that, bell pepper, you know. So, yeah, I had to run to the urgent care. Baby's ear was hurting a little bit, you know. So, but you know what? Dora, ages 1 through 5, they're fun. That's why, like, so we have grandkids, you know, and some of them live in Oregon, you know, so we don't see them all the time, you know, but she calls, you know, all the time or whatever. But I just be, and the one who's here, he's, oh, that's my baby. And I was like, that's Gigi boy, that's Gigi boy. And he walk in, he be looking around, Gigi, you know, and it just melts your heart, you know. But I be thinking to myself, like, whoop, just the little things that they can fasten their own seatbelt. Woo, woo, woo. Grateful. So 1 and 5, no. You know, and then you be thinking like, as a parent, you be thinking, okay, I'm gonna put them in school, you know, in preschool, and you know, that'll give me a little free time. Girl, by the time you get them dressed, drop them off to school, you go try to do you, it's time to pick them up already. How am I supposed to have some me time and I gotta go pick you up? So, like I said, I'm grateful that when I married my husband, he had 3 kids already. I had 2. So we're like a black Brady bunch, you know, and so his kids were a little bit older, you know, they were teenagers. The law brought me through. Woo! Oh, baby, it wasn't easy. That's why I said, if y'all got a blended family, woo! My daddy said, y'all better stay in prayer. I'm laughing now because, you know, I'm grateful, but at the same time, oh, it was some work. But the reason why I even brought that up was because the older kids loved the baby. So they said she was kind of like the glue, you know, that kept them together or whatever. But they helped out a lot, you know. So now it's just her in the house. Sometimes I be feeling sorry for her because all she has is me and her dad, you know, and the older siblings, they come by, they get her Christmas gifts, you know, whatever, and everything, you know, and I'm just like, wow, like, one of my kids actually just gave her an iPhone. Gave her an iPhone. iPhone. Yes. Her older brother just gave her an iPhone. The other brother was like, oh, in the past, what size shoe you wear? Take her to get shoes. They take her to get, you know, and I'm just like, woo. It's a blessing. But yeah, no, I just got on here, see what y'all doing. But you know what? Kids are a blessing, you know. And sometimes I'll be like, why she act like that? And my husband be like, she's a little you. Whoo! Lord have mercy. Woo! Have mercy on my soul. So anyway, so I'm trying to eat a little bit healthier. So this morning when I made the rice, I was like, oh man, I'm not trying to eat a lot of carbs and stuff, but I have to shop for the way that I want my health. Oh, it's a little bird out there. So it's a little bird that comes to visit me. And I've recorded, I just haven't posted it, but it comes to visit me and it just watches, it just sits there. And then sometimes the other one will come, so it's usually like two of them. And I'll be like, oh, that's my grandma and grandpa. So one time I was going through this rough patch at work, right? So I go to the backyard or whatever and just kind of decompress. And I was walking around, you know, the house, and these dragonflies were swirling around. Wherever I went, the dragonfly was flying. I was like, what's going on? What's the symbolic message with that? Yes, an iPhone. Yes. Hi, hello. An iPhone, honey. An iPhone. Yes. And it wasn't no 12, 13, 14, no. It was above 14. That's why I was just like, we're barely on 17. And you're yeah. I just want to give it to her. Mom gave her the box, everything. And it was like brand new. And I'm just looking like, iPhone? Really? You know, but yeah, so I was looking up the meaning, and it was like, hey, and it was like, stand your ground. And I was like, and it was walking, and what tripped me out was that it was walking. I mean, not running, but it was flying, and it would just turn. And then like go to the other person's yard, and then it would come back. And then it would come back to my yard. Come back to my yard. Yes. And I just said, oh, well, thank God for that message, right? You know, you never know. You never know what messages and omens that you receive. That's why it's always like in all my lives and stuff, I just tell you guys to always pay attention to everything around you. Pay attention to the signs. Pay attention to the birds. Pay attention to the insects. Pay attention to all that. Because sometimes they have messages for you. That's expensive and that's cut. Yeah, cute. Yeah. I'm telling you. When he gave me that phone, I just looked at him like, and he was like, Mom, and he called me a couple days before that. Mom, should I give it to her? Should I give it to her? You know, and I'm like, yeah, you can give it to her. She ain't been off of it since. She's been up until staying up all night long. And all day she just tired. Now, all of a sudden, she want to come out. I'm like, oh, we back to school, baby. We back at school. So if you guys look, I'm just over here. I have actually a skillet that's on the stove. And so it had like, you know, how you trying to make your eggs crunchy. Not the eggs crunchy, but to have like that, some of the stuff that's still on the bottom of the skillet. What you do is you put water on it and you put it back on there. So I'm letting all that, because I ain't got to scrub. Who wants to scrub? Who wants to scrub? Hey, you know, tips and tricks. Okay, so what other vegetables? Okay, so got cheese. Yeah, so what's going on with y'all out there? Hey now, hey guys, hey. So yeah, I'm sad about my tomatoes. This one's actually pretty hard. I might keep that one. This one's pretty good. So I'm gonna do something tonight with my cucumbers. Look how long they are. This one is called the Persian, what's this? The Persian one or something like that. And I think this is the regular one. Look how big that is. These are big, so this one's kind of soft. I'm like a little harder, but I'm gonna see how it looks. It smell all right, but you know, nobody likes this. Girl, no. Who want to sit down there and scrub? Mm-mm. No. That's why I got my little spray, you know, and do what I have to do. So I got this here. So yeah, so Sunday, Saturday, so I've been kind of like a little wonky, like a little off because of the days. I don't know if I'm coming, I don't know if I'm leaving. I don't know what big sexy, so I'm doing my little probiotic. Works real good with my stomach and digestion, you know. So usually what I like to do, is get my chicken, the sandwich sliced chicken, and wrap it around here instead of eating the bread, trying to get the carbs down, trying to get that thing down, trying to get her low, you know, trying to get into some stuff. But I have to wash the rest of that out. So the baby had like a little ear infection, so I had to take her to the urgent care. So she in there chilling, so Boo gone getting his hair cut. So I was like, you know what? Let mama get up and do what she has to do with no interruptions, honey. No interruptions. No interruptions. I'm gonna cut that up. I'm gonna cut that one up. So what I like to do is, I should have got some red onions. But I'm gonna just do cucumber and cut my tomato up and make like a little salad. So that can be, you know, maybe have some grapes. So like the other day, my family, I think they had, I think I made them some pork chops or something. You know, I don't really do a lot of pork as far as in the house. I'm trying to get like my family off of it because, you know, and so I just had like, I made my own little charcuterie board, you know, but it was just a little bowl. So I had some cherry tomatoes, cucumbers, grapes. What else was? Some string cheese, and I think I had some hummus with it. Really good, really good. So since it's raining like this, what I like to do after is that I want to know that it's not going to be raining again. That's when I'll get my cascarilla. That's like, you know, eggs and stuff, eggshells, you know, and I pray over them and everything, because you guys know I do a lot of spiritual work, and I'll walk around the house and I'll surround the house with eggs. But as I'm doing it, I'll also be praying as I'm doing it, just to, you know, like I said, this is like my fortress. Yes, you gotta always protect. You gotta always make sure that everything is always protected. This is where you laying your head at. You want to make sure that it's safe, because, you know, like they said, we fighting principalities. We fighting stuff that we can't see. Just because you can't see it, don't mean that you're not fighting. Oh, we don't eat pork either. The smell. Ooh, honey, let me tell you, when I was making those pork chops the other night, I was like, oh, because you know it's a quick cheap meal, you know, and I can grill them or whatever. And that smell, I was just like, whoo. I almost had an out-of-body experience. I was like, oh, but the smell is horrible, you know. So like even like when we do our spaghetti and stuff, let me do a double check. Everything is clean. So even like when we do our spaghetti, you know, and stuff like that, I have to always double check. I don't really eat my spaghetti because I do. I put the kielbasa in it, you know, how it's like the sausage, and it's always mixed with some type of pork, you know, so I always have to find another meal. So a lot of times here, I'm making double meals for me, and then I'm making double meals for my husband. So like with this one, with these limes, here's my little bowl. This is my little crock pot. Isn't it cute? It's little. This is my little crock pot. This is my simmer bowl. So right now, yes, you have to. So I have my little simmer bowl, and usually what I'll do is I'll cut up oranges. I'll cut up like, so we have pineapples or whatever before. So so if I have any lime, like this one isn't all that hot, what I'll do is I'll cut it up and put it in here and make the whole house smell amazing with cinnamon and get the house smelling good. Smell like nutmeg. My husband be like, oh, you baking? You know I don't bake. Oh, isn't it cute? It's little, huh? Yeah, so I'm gonna cut it up, put it in here, and he'd be like, oh, I ain't baking. You know, the house smelling good. Because you gotta remember, cinnamon purifies as well. So any kind of tips and stuff, you know, as far as easy, simple. You know, get your little, so I went through a lot of bowls, and I actually had this bowl, this mini crock pot. I thought I was gonna do like a yoni steam and keep it hot in here, but it didn't keep it as hot as I wanted it to. So I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna just use this in the kitchen for my, and then I think I saw it somewhere like on TikTok. No. I think I saw it on Pinterest. And they were doing the simmer bowls. They had a little crock pot. I was like, oh, I have one of those. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna use it. And it's been a lifesaver ever since. Because usually I'll have a little pot on here, you know, like a little pot for rice or whatever. But I've been burning them because I forget that it's on. So this, I can put it on low, and it just smells good. Then I'm like, oh, my husband's like, what you doing? And I was like, oh, I smell my oranges. They smell a little burnt, so that's when I gotta know, keep it with water. So, you know, that's what I'm doing with that. You always gotta reduce, reuse, and recycle. So then I do that. Got my nutmeg, got my cinnamon. I'm always buying cinnamon, always. I had a big one for a long time because my niece, when she comes down, she lives in Texas. I miss you, boo. I miss you. I use the pot thing. Yeah, girl, I'm telling you, look. Little crock pot is a whole lot easier for you. Look. And then it has the little, look how cute that is. $15. $15 make me holla. $15 make me holla. Because I forget. I don't know if you forget, but I'll forget that thing is burning. You know, I'll be cooking and stuff. So that's something else that when I would cook with the pork, I'd have that going. So the cinnamon and stuff would kind of just overdo the pork smell. Lord have mercy. Okay, so we'll do the cinnamon. And then, okay, so yeah. So I have my cinnamon. And then I got my nutmeg. The nutmeg also brings clarity. So I like that for protection, clearing, and clarity. Get it, y'all? Get it. Nutmeg. So that's what I'm doing here. So I'm looking to see how my oranges look, because I'm about to put a lot more in here. So when, you know, Boo Thang come back getting his haircut, house will be nice and fresh and clean, the way that I like it, you know? Yeah, I don't have an issue with the pot thing. I just been burning them. So, crazy story. So we were cooking on, was it New Year's Eve? One of those holidays, right? And so, you know, I'm heavy into all the ancestors and, you know, all that stuff. And I think we were making something, but when we made it, I'm having a hot flash. So yeah, this was all me. But anyways, we made it, and yes. Yeah, oh yeah, I like that 3C. Yeah. I like the 3C. So it was funny because we were cooking on the stove and the stove wasn't high, right? And so I was like lightweight tripping out. We all were, because the smoke detector kept going off. There wasn't any smoke in the house. And I kept looking and I was like, what's going on? And so sometimes during that time, they always look at me like, Mom, what's going on? Mom, what's going on? You know, and so I was just like, I think I spoke about it like on a previous live. And so my oldest son, he was like, Mom, you know them was the ancestors. And I was just like, yeah, I know, you know. But it was funny to hear him actually say that to me, like, Mom, you know that was them. And so later on, I think, because I had that sale going on my website. And so I was doing all these readings. So when I'm tapped in like that or whatever, they start talking more. I mean, they talk all the time. But they were like, we were coming to visit you. We just wanted to say, hey, see how you're doing, let us know. And they were like, you couldn't tell that was us. And so I was tripping out because I went back to my room. And so, you know, my neighbor's house, you know, they're back there. And I was like listening, their smoke detectors start going off. And I said, oh, these ancestors, they making their rounds. They make their rounds. So if you guys are hearing like noises and stuff and like a smoke detector, there was no smoke in the house. And then I was like, why? And it kept going off. And then I was just like, why did it keep going off like that? They were letting me know, hey, we're here. We love you. You know, because sometimes it's pretty rough. Not having your mom, not having your dad, not having your grandparents, not having none of that. And then your family in town be acting funny, you know. So you got your own little family, you know, the family that you make, you know. So it's just like, they're like, hey, we're here. You don't worry about what's going on with them. Everybody's fighting their own battles. We're here. And I'm just like, thank you. But it was great just to get that confirmation, you know. But yeah, but I was just hopping on just to get this going, see what's going on out there in that world. But about to hop off. You guys